and welcome to this new video. Hello and welcome to this live coding session. Today we will be looking at the PHP code that is used to handle missing methods on a controller. So we will get started with the controller. So let's go to our code and let's start with our controller.php file. We will start by developing our core controller, and for enabling using it, we as router we will use the namespace that we used, namespace the up/core, which is the way of organize our PHP, and we will moving on. We declare an abstract class name control. This class cannot be initialized on its own, but it can be extended by other class. So because our class is a core class, we don't need to extend it or not extend it. I mean, we don't need to create a new object, but we will extend it on all our other controllers. So for that we make abstract, so not create a new object from this controller, but just extend it in other controllers for use. Next, we will define the call function. We define a function call this call method must be public. It will be public and takes two arguments, the name and another name's arguments. So this method is called when undefined methods called an object. For example, if we make a controller, a home controller for example, and we extended this controller, but we try to inside this controller, the home controller, when we created a new object from him, we try to go to another function, another method that is not exist or is not in our code, not in the controller. So we need to return an error or an exception to tell him that this method is undefined method called of this object, and inside of the call we will throw a new bad method call exception, and inside we will parent if the method is not implemented in class, for example, and we'll pass the name and we will get the class with the class and the current class. So to summarize, this code is used to handle missing methods of a controller. Before continue, I want to correct this and this. Okay, like I was saying, to summarize, this code is used to handle missing methods of a controller. If a method is called that doesn't exist in the controller, the call magic function, we say for them the magic function because it's very useful. So if the call method is called, we throw a bad method call exception with an error message. So if you want to use this code on your own project, you can extend the controller class and define your own method. When a method is called on an object of your class that doesn't exist, the call method will be called automatically, and you can custom the error message to suit your need. So now Let's move on. Now we will create a new controller. New controller, you can navigate to the app controllers directory and create a new controller named called home controller.php. Let's define inside the home controller a class names the same name of the file. For the controllers and the models, try to do the same name as there is in the file, so we don't have any issue after. Okay, and we will do extend. We will extend the controller. And to use this controller and extend it, we need to use the app/core/control. And for the controllers, we will set the namespace as app/controllers for the controllers, and we will use that. And now if we go to our web.php and this link, we change it with the new, we will create a new object from the home controller, and we will say to them to go to index function. So if we return on the web browser, something like this, the home controller was not found, because we make it like that. But before we can use it directly, we need to create a SPL register autoload that will handle our missing files. So in order to solve this, we need to go to the autoload.php and add a SPL autoload register to register any function or any file that you don't find. So it will be for the models and the controllers. So we will do a function with a class parameter, and that will be executed automatically when he don't find a file. He will search for a file, and he will something like that, and he will replace the anti-slash with slash in the class, and he will add .php. In this line I said to him to, for example, if I want, where is the web.php, let me close some of those, and here. But for example, if I did use this and the home controller, he don't find the home controller, so he tries to get this as class. He takes this as class argument. Where is the autoload? Check this in the class argument. He removes the anti-slash and he make instead a slash, and he add here .php. And if you see that link, it's the same exact as that. He goes to the app, then the controllers, and then the home controller.php. So if we did require this file, it will be fine. So if the file, we will check if the file exists, and sure, if the file exists, we will require this file. We'll do require file, and that will solve this problem. And yeah, now he find the home controller, but like he said, call to undefined methods home controller index. But if you see, our custom message did not work. So let's go to the controller and see why it should be like that. So for call to undefined method, it should be method is not implemented in class. So for that, I will check where is the error, and it is there. It must be 2, and if I do reload, uncaf bad method call exception, method index is not implemented in class home control. And if you want everything smoothly and without no errors, we go to create a function name index, and that index is the same that we here called. So in the code I will echo hello from home controller, and voila, it works smoothly and fine. So that's it. We have successfully created a new controller and added a route web.php. I hope you found this session helpful, and thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.